The claw. Yeah. What's up, big boy? You good? No, you don't. High five. Thank you. This one. All right. Yeah. What, she didn't want to give him the what's the name?
No, mommy, mommy, give me my donuts.
Donuts.
She buy the donuts. We got get French fries.
French fries.
Yeah, chicken nuggets, French fries.
Chicken
Burger.
nuggets. You want burger?
Burger.
Get out. You want burger?
Burger, chicken nuggets, burger, chicken nuggets. Meal.
Mayonnaise?
Yeah. Monster. Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Donuts, French fries, chicken nuggets, whistles, Barrett, Rocky, Abigail, Oysters, Barrett. I tried to Barrett. Chico, hit the gong. Barrett, donkeys, Barrett.
Since this venerable stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania Hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. as we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Red Raiders will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback will audible. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. They'll run the option. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
He leaves it with the back. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. That'll pay off big time and late in the season.
And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Might as well give it to him again. Oh, they knock it free. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion, like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. They'll try it over the left side. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll leave it with the lone back. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Back to pass, it's DeMarco. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Looking down the left side. It's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll give it to the back. Bulldoze ahead. He's down at the 18 after picking up 5.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
Back to the ground with the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, the ground game. Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry. The Red Raiders want to pick up the tempo.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's got it. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that pass is intercepted. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
Penn State 7, Texas Tech 0.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers there.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Going with the ground game left. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job, and he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back, you got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got a manageable situation.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's DeMarco. Looking to the big tight end. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. It's caught downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raider. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
PAT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. North Carolina is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Ramses isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 8 over UCLA. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a play.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
They'll go to the ground. On the move is the 30. Open runway ahead. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
That guy is so much fun to watch. He rips off another big run. I'll tell you, the identity of this offense is their ability to get it done on the ground. Had over 100 yards rushing in their last game. They're already over that mark, and we're only in the first half.
That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. The give to the back. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play balls at the 25.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
A first down for the offense. Running to the left. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Give to the running back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Power football with the run. Can't get him to the ground. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 15, looking for room. He's just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to throw. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's taking the shot. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Caught over the middle. It's Houston. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step 1, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half. Right away, you throw an interception to the defense.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Right back to the well. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by a field goal over Air Force. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this front.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd down, going up top. And that one's incomplete.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end. You're expecting them to punt.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The completion well past the sticks. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good.
He's going to let it go. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
They're trying to get to it. Makes a connection. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. And the Red Raiders racing to the line in the hurry-up. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Finds a man in the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those 1st downs. Get those big chunks.
On the move. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They want to continue this long drive. 9th play coming. It's 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the 1st down. With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
He's just Johnny on the spot. And now his 2nd interception.